I am the President and CEO of the Missouri Council on Economic Education. We're a nonprofit organization that promotes economic and financial education in Missouri. Our website is www.moeconomics.org. Today I'm going to run through a webinar of Money Math, Lessons for Life. I'm going to go through one specific lesson called The Secret to Becoming a Millionaire. This is the first part of a four-part webinar series on this curriculum. This webinar series is supported by MasterCard Worldwide. The intent here is to show you a specific curriculum that helps math teachers bring math content to life with personal finance concepts. So the curriculum is about 80 pages long, and it's in a booklet that you can obtain for free. And at the end of this webinar, I'll give you information about how to get it. The curriculum has 4 lessons. The Secret to Becoming a Millionaire is the first one, which is what I'm going to go through today. Each of these lessons helps teach specific mathematic content, and this is just a part of a grid from the curriculum itself that shows you very clearly the mathematics that are taught by each lesson. So this is an example of some of the algebra that's taught. And lesson 1, the lesson we will be going through here, shows you or helps to teach all this content here. And there's much more to this grid in the curriculum itself. And some of the other lessons, like Lesson 2, teach different math content. So Lesson 2, as you can see, is mostly about geometry. These are the geometry standards for grades 6 through 8. The first lesson is The Secret to Becoming a Millionaire, Teaching Math and Money with Money Math. The point here of this lesson is to help students develop rules to becoming a millionaire by learning personal finance and math concepts. This teaches several math concepts, including percent, decimal, data analysis, number sense, solving equations, and problem solving. I'm just going to show you a few of the actual math problems and activities that the students will do. There's much more in the curriculum itself, but I thought it would make it more clear if I just showed you a few to give you a taste of what's covered here. The storyline of this lesson is to tell your students that you know the secret to being a millionaire, and you will explain it to them, but they need to know some math first. So as you can see, I mean, this is a way of getting students to, open their eyes and pay attention. If you tell them, I'm very serious, I'm going to teach you how to becoming a millionaire, they will, I would think, pay more close attention. And in the beginning of this lesson, you kind of lay out the basic steps, which are to earn an income. You have to earn some money before you can be on your path to becoming a millionaire. Decide what to do with it, and saving and spending are your 2 options, and each comes with an opportunity cost. And so that's an economic concept that the students likely have not seen before, and this is a good way to teach it. And then finally, interest rates and the benefits of saving, which is really the key secret here. So those are the steps, but these are the keys. There are 5 keys, and with each key, we teach some personal finance and math. And I'm going to run through each of these and show you a brief example from the scenario that's in the curriculum. This scenario is starts with somebody called Uncle Mort. And so the students imagine they have an uncle who makes this offer to them. If they put away some money in savings each year, he will add 10% to the balance. And so we see a table here, and so at the beginning we're assuming they're going to save about $360 in 7th grade, and if they do that, they'll earn 36 bucks from Uncle Mort. And the point here is to show over time how this money increases. And here's the math here at the bottom. You ask the students to write a formula to represent the amount of savings accumulated at the end of each year. So this, fairly early in the lesson, they're using algebra to create this formula, which they'll continue to use throughout the lessons under different assumptions. The second key is to save as much as you can. The reason is that Uncle Mort is offering this incentive, and the math here is percentages and decimals. So the incentive is the 10%. So as I mentioned, if they save $360 that first year, Uncle Mort's going to pay $36. and the more they save, the more in interest they will earn. And then the personal finance that we teach here is to explain to them that Uncle Mort is not entirely unlike a bank, and banks offer incentives for you to put their money in a savings account there. And banks want your money in their bank so they can earn money for themselves. And the incentive they're offering is a specific interest rate. And this is where if you want to bring in some current events, you can talk about what interest rates banks are actually offering for different accounts, either a money market or maybe a higher interest savings account. And for here it says, for example, a bank might pay 4% interest rate on savings account. Uncle Mort pays 10%. And so here, the keys for becoming a millionaire, number 2, this table, again, what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, you found a bank that's offering 5% interest. And so if you were to take your money and put it in a bank, this is the interest you're going to be earning from the bank. And so by the end, the students will see that the annual interest they earn in 12th grade is $122. So the third key is compound interest. And this is a concept that's fairly tricky to teach to middle school age students, but I think that this example does a really nice job. And I want to draw your attention to the table down here and highlight how we're teaching compounding interest. And so what you do here is you show that this bank at that 5% interest rate is going to calculate that interest 4 times per year. And so as an activity, you ask the students to fill in the rest of this table, and then at the end they will see how much they had deposited and how much interest was earned. And the magic here is that the accumulated savings, the interest that was earned, is higher under this situation. The interest rate's no different. The amount you're socking away isn't any different. Simply because the interest is calculated more frequently, you're accumulating more interest. And so I think this is a nice way to teach compound interest. The next key is to try to get the highest interest rate you can. And so we refer back to this table again and ask the students to rework it, assuming that they get a 10% interest rate. And if they do that, by the end of this table, they will see that their annual interest is much greater under a 10% interest rate. And this encourages the students to become savvy investors, and so they can shop around for the best interest rates, either through a bank or a CD or a mutual fund or a stock, depending on how interested they are in this. And then the final key is to leave the investment alone in order to earn as much interest as possible. And this will lead into a final exercise that I'll show you here. The students can be separated into groups, and so say you have a class of 20, you can separate them into, say, 5 groups, and in each of those groups, the 4 students work together to figure out, okay, how much can we actually save per month and per year? Maybe we can't save $30 a month. Maybe we can only save $20. But maybe there's another group that thinks, maybe they all work and they don't spend as much, and they think we can save more. But also the students can go out and figure out what interest rates they can get. And maybe one group's more risk averse than another. But at the end of the day, they will all come together and make a presentation showing their scenario, what age they are when they become the millionaire. And so one group may get there much quicker than another because they save more each month and they've found a higher interest rate. So that's the key to, that's the secret to becoming a millionaire. The other money math lessons, wallpaper woes, math and taxes, and spreading the budget, I'm going to work on webinars for those as well, which we'll post and show you the activities in those lessons as well. But if you're anxious to get a copy of this curriculum right now, just email me and I'll make sure you get a free copy. It's about 80 pages long, and when you get your copy of Money Math, you can open it up and immediately see this this grid, this matrix that shows the math standards that are taught for each lesson. And so depending on what grade level in class you teach, you'll be able to very quickly find out which lesson is most appropriate for your classroom. So thanks for tuning in, and please email me both for the curriculum and for any more information. Thank you very much.